everyone, I am Jabez Wilson. Do you all notice my red hair? I went to the Redheaded League to work as a clerk, but everything suddenly shut down. I am so confused. So I went to the mighty Sherlock Holmes to find out what happened actually. Does my assistant Vincent Spaulding has something to do with this? Come on, let's find out.
Good morning, children. Welcome back to another Holmes mystery. In today's class, we are going to be looking into the part 2 of the last week's lesson. Before we go in, children, in these difficult times, I hope you all stay positive at home. Please do not fight with your parents. Please don't fight with your siblings or with your friends. It's already difficult as it is. So pray and be happy. There are people who are struggling more than us. Keep that in mind and count your blessings. What I'm saying is stay positive and happy all the times. Now, as usual in every English class, let's begin this class also with a small game. Okay, children? Today's game is also a words related game only. Okay, so what we're going to do is, if you look at your screen, you will see two pictures. One picture of a smiley giving you a thumbs up, the other picture with a girl who is fishing. Now if you look into that picture, there are lots of objects, things happening in that picture at once. Okay, even though the girl is fishing, there are so many other things happening in the background. Okay, now what I want you all to do is, I will be telling you some things that are there in the picture. You will stop the video, write down whatever I am saying, and you will try to find them in the picture. Okay, for example, I'm telling sun. Now look for sun in that picture. Find where sun is and put number 1 and write sun. Another example, I'm giving you the word grass. Look for grass in the picture. If you found out grass, very good. Put number 2 and write grass. Like that, we are going to be finding out things or objects in the picture. I will be telling you, you will be noting them down and finding it. Is that okay? Right. So first you are looking at sun. Number 2, you are looking for grass. Number 3, you have to look for a seahorse. A seahorse. Okay. Number 4, look for a dog. Number 5, look for a rubber duck. Number 6, look for a pair of slippers. Number 7, look for the lotus flower. Number 8, look for a starfish. Number 9, look for a sandwich. And number 10, look for a flask. Okay, children? Now write down all the words that I said and find them in the picture. Or you could find them you can stop the video, find them and then write down the words also. I hope you all enjoy this game. Now let's move into our lesson, children. So in today's class, before we go in, we will be doing a recap of what we did last week. Okay, we will also be looking into the prose, drama and poetry differences, and we will look at the characters once again, and we will continue with our story. Is that okay, children? As I said, we will be first looking at the recap of the story, what happened so far. We will be looking at prose, poetry and drama differences, and we will also continue with our story. Okay. Now, as we discussed in last class, the lesson that they have given you the Redheaded League is given in by way of a play. If you notice, all the characters speak to one another. The story is not written in paragraphs, it's written as dialogues. So this clearly says that the lesson they have given for you is a play. Now, other than that, there is poetry and prose also. Like we discussed, poetries all have a structure in them. They all follow some kind of meter, they all follow figures of speech or some rhythm in them. They are structured. But plays and prose are not often structured. Now, prose is nothing but a story or a narration that is written either in direct speech or indirect speech. Okay, or a writer or an author writes a story either directly or indirectly. Okay, children. And then at last there is drama. Now, drama can be also called as plays. They are often enacted on stage, and like we discussed, dramas or plays are often direct. They involve dialogues and conversations. Lesson is the Redheaded League, and like we said before, it was written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It features the famous detective Sherlock Holmes, and it also has Sherlock Holmes' assistant or friend, Dr. John Watson. Okay, children. Now let me tell you the characters in the story. There is Sherlock Holmes, there is Dr. Watson, there is Jabez Wilson, who's a red-haired man who owns a pawnbroker shop, and then there is Vincent Spaulding, who works for Jabez, and then there is a Mr. Williams or Duncan Ross, and a policeman, and there is a Mr. Merriweather, and the story happens in London at 221 Baker Street. It starts in 221 Baker Street. Okay. Now let's go into a small recap of what happened so far in the story. Now, Jabez Wilson comes to Sherlock and Dr. Watson, and he says that he is having a small problem. The problem is that now Jabez Wilson owns a pawnbroker shop, and his assistant is Mr. Vincent Spaulding. Now, Spaulding is suggesting that Jabez go and work for the Redheaded League. It's a company solely for red-headed people, for people with red hair. And the money is very good. So, Jabez goes there. So, when Jabez goes there, he finds that the office is not like an office at all. It's like a small it's like a small room. It has only one desk. And that he is the only employee there. Okay, and the person who owns it claims to be a Mr. Ross, but his real name is Mr. Morris. And they are asking him to write down the entire copy of the encyclopedia, which makes no sense to him, to Jabez Wilson. But still he goes to work for the next 8 weeks, and he copies down the encyclopedia till the afternoon, from morning to afternoon. And suddenly, after the 8th week, when Jabez Wilson is going there, the company is shut down. The Redheaded League is closed down. There is no notice, nothing. He's just said the company is closed down. Now Jabez is confused, and he comes to Sherlock for help. Now Sherlock is very curious. He wants to go and see how Jabez's office looks. Jabez owns a pawn shop, no children. So he wants to go there and look, and he goes there. So what he sees there is, now what happens is, Sherlock goes into his office, to Jabez Wilson's pawnbroker shop. Not office, but a shop. There he is finding Vincent Spaulding. Now Vincent Spaulding, he is a gentleman. He claims to be a gentleman, and he is dressed nicely. He's well dressed. But his pants seem to be very dirty. His shirt looks fine. He looks perfectly groomed. His hair is combed neatly. His shirt is perfectly ironed. He's also wearing a neat tie. But his pants are very dirty. Now this makes Sherlock think, why is this man who is looking so decent, who looks so rich, working for Jabez Wilson, who's paying him very less? And this brings some doubt on Vincent Spaulding. Okay, now what Sherlock does is, he next goes to the Redheaded League's office. He goes there and finds that the office is entirely shut down. Now he is confused. So what happens, from the Redheaded League's office to Jabez Wilson's pawn shop, Sherlock and Watson take a walk. They start walking from the Redheaded League office to the pawn shop. And as they are walking, what Sherlock does is, he keeps walking on the pavement, on the platform. And the platform right outside Jabez Wilson's office shop is very loose. The stones are not very strong. It looks as if somebody has been hitting the stones. It's as if they were digging. Next, what Sherlock does is, he goes to the shop next to Jabez Wilson's pawnbroker shop. Now there is a bank. Okay, there is a bank. There's a very big bank with lots of money, with lots of gold in it. You know how banks have secret safes where they keep everybody's gold and everybody's money stored in that. Okay, and next what Sherlock does is, he goes right into the pawnbroker shops, to Jabez Wilson's shop, and he gets hold of Spaulding, and he calls for the police and asks the policeman to arrest Spaulding. Now initially Spaulding says, there is no evidence on me, how could you arrest me and all that. And then Sherlock explains that Spaulding is a very famous criminal. He has disguised himself. Okay, he is looking like somebody else, and he is working with Jabez Wilson so that he can dig a tunnel. Okay, he can dig a tunnel from Jabez's office to the bank next door. From Jabez's shop to the bank next door. He is digging an underground tunnel to the bank next door. Okay, do you see? And how can he do that when Jabez is there in the pawn shop all the time? So what he does, he and his friend Morris, they plan and they simply create a fake company called the Redheaded League, and they are sending him every day there for some time, for quite a while. And when he is gone, Spaulding and Morris are digging through a tunnel, and where from Jabez Wilson's shop to the bank, where they plan to steal the money and the gold. The tunnel that they were digging was from Jabez's shop to the bank safe, where the gold and the money was there. Now how Sherlock finds out is, his first doubt comes when he notices that Spaulding is wearing very dirty pants, all muddy pants. Number 2, he is working for very low wages, okay, to Jabez Wilson in a very boring job. And number 3, the pavement outside Jabez Wilson's shop is very loose, which means somebody is digging something inside. Okay, now this is how Sherlock manages to crack the case. He finds out who Spaulding is very easily. Okay, children, this is our play, the Redheaded League. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's a little bit difficult to understand at the beginning. If you have doubts, please come for the revision Zoom the following Wednesday. We can discuss this lesson once again. Please read through this lesson. Please read through this play format and try writing a play by yourself. Thank you, children. Have a great day.